I often defer to this crazy transplant as like, this is like the pinnacle of results, bro. Like, this is absolutely insane. What's up, guys? Derek, moreplacepointates.com. Today we are going to be talking about the most impressive hair transplant result I have ever seen in the celebrity world. Maybe there's been more drastic ones that I'm not aware of, but this one I thought was a great example of a extreme before and after with incredible results and like life-changing shit right here. So anyways, this is Machine Gun Kelly. What a lot of people don't realize about him, because they see him nowadays with like solid looking hair, is that he used to be like super fucked in terms of hair loss. Like, he was well on his way in his early 20s with aggressive loss, to the point that you're like, all right, dude, like, you're definitely shaving it soon. So this video was a well-constructed sequence of events chronologically showing his hair loss progression from like, this was in 2017, so obviously not as current as now. Maybe he's had more touch-ups and shit since then, wouldn't be surprised. But when he first got the transplant to like the point of recovery, you can see how drastic of a reversal it really is. So this video is by Transplant Planet. It's fun to say, Transplant Planet. And it almost has 1 million views. So Machine Gun Kelly hair transplant. So we're gonna play it through. I'm gonna give my commentary throughout. And as you can see here, 2014 full journey. You can see the significant recession, like blatant recession right here, well on his way. So there's him in an interview, just talking. He has like a little like mohawk thing going with some pretty significant recession. And he's in his like early 20s here, as far as I know. Like, this is like really far gone, dude, to the point that, you know, most people would be like, bro, you just might as well just shave it off at this point. There's no point of, you know, give up hope, is what a lot of people would say. And here he is trying to, you know, cover it up. But as you can see, when he's playing with it and moving it around, you can see how drastic it is still, even when it's grown out. Got the classic pattern going, but then he has the first hair transplant. I speculate it was done by Dr. Ziering. I don't know for certain, but just from the circle of like this guy's, I don't know, not his close circle, but just guys in the, you know, celebrity industry and the influencer world, etc. It seems like the go-to guy in this area for high quality procedures is Dr. Ziering, and that is who you know, FaZe Banks was talking to. That's who Jake Paul was talking to. I'm sure the Pauls have probably had work done by Dr. Ziering themselves. So anyways, this is one of the first notable, you know, overhauls by Dr. Ziering that I know of, that is like an example of very high quality work. You can see here 3 to 4 months into initial regrowth, and he has you know, all of those, the dead zones in the temples kind of filled in here with you know, transplanted follicles, and they're starting to, you know, take form a little bit. He's just like shopping for I don't know, some Miss Vicky's and shit right here. And you know, good on him for not really stopping filming, you know, when he's going through all this. Like, it's, as a celebrity, you know, you're gonna get, you know, paparazzi like a motherfucker. And you know, the guy was so far gone, he could have easily been like, I don't want people to know what I'm doing. I don't want people to know I got this transplant, so I'm just never gonna do it. Instead, he just gets it done, fixes his shit, and, you know, now he's probably far more confident and happy with the way it looks. And that is the way it should be done, in my opinion. So anyways, this is the initial regrowth phase, like I said. Here he is taking a, this is a Vine apparently, which I was actually never on that app, but a lot of, you know, famous people kind of blew up on Vine and then kind of migrated to different social media platforms and whatnot. But you can see the thin transplanted follicles here and whatnot, and the reconstruction of his hairline, essentially. So this is hair while wet. And moving forward, you can see, you know, obviously it's not going to look its best when it's soaking wet here in this, I don't know, water slide thing. But moving forward to bandana or hat to cover regrowth in this, I don't know, music video or something. Apparently he was wearing a bandana or hat a lot. 1 year result, 30 to 40% density. I don't actually know a lot about transplant, so this is interesting to me to see anyways. Like, I saw this video a long time ago, but I'm kind of revisiting it now. So obviously this is much improved already. And he can actually do this messy look here and actually have a well constructed looking hairline. Even when it's pulled back here, you can see like it's not nearly to the degree it was. It used to be back like up fucking here, and now it is, you wouldn't even guess the guy had hair loss when he has it pulled back now. Like, maybe if you had, you know, the trained eye can tell that the hairline looks constructed, or reconstructed I should say, but you know, most people wouldn't be the wiser, and he is you know, still recovering, I guess. You can see the big scar on the back of his head from the FUT procedure. I don't know if he could go back in time, if he would do FUE or not now, because obviously you could avoid that if you do FUE. But there are pros and cons to each approach, and that is something that, you know, if you want to look into, I would probably advise checking out some of the more hair transplant focused channels in terms of FUE versus FUT. But in general, like, you should know FUT is going to leave a big ass scar on the back. So this is a haircut before the procedure. As you can see, the drastic before and after, blatant, with no progress shots in between. Boom. You can see how much of a difference it is when you go from one right to the other. So he can actually, you know, make the front look presentable at this point, where it's not, like, you wouldn't even guess this guy had a problem, you know? Like here, you know, he has this little messy, I don't even know what you call this here, but he has some, you know, dyed frosted tips going and shit. Which, and nowadays, his hair looks, honestly, really fucking good in my opinion. Machine Gun Kelly, and let's see what it looks like currently. Here he dyed his hair blue, probably not a good example. Let's find 6 months ago, my ex's best friend. I'm obviously not going to play the song, or else we're going to get fucking nuked by some copyright bullshit. But here he is, got a messy mop going, but that's you know, a shit ton of hair, dude. Like, it's one thing to like, you can't construct that kind of a messy, I don't know, like emo look with the hairline he had before. It was you know, a far cry from where he's at now, and it seems to be holding up, which just goes to show how far you can actually take it. If you probably, like, I'm sure he's on medication now at this point to maintain and, you know, prevent further progression of androgenic alopecia. But in addition to that, just getting like one, like, very, very high quality transplant and then getting on medications, he looks like he's never had a problem. Like, you wouldn't guess this guy had significant androgenic alopecia and was doing all this shit to, you know, fix it. You would just think this guy has like decent hair genetics, to be honest. Like, here he is. And let's see here. I don't know if the visuals will get copyrighted, actually, so that might be kind of problematic. Hopefully fucking not. Let's jump to a spot with his hair. There's too much fucking action going on here, dude. Let's see. Yeah, so like, this looks good to me, man. Like, I would not think this is like, this is very, very presentable, if not like ideal as fuck. The guy's like 30 years old here, and no visual sign of regression whatsoever. Like, better hair than the average 30-year-old, probably, realistically. So anyways, what is the takeaway from all this? It is that you can have, even if you're very far gone, there's still hope, you know? Like, this guy had what I would consider to be very aggressive loss very early on, to the point that many people might say, again, just give up, bro. When in reality, you still have a decent amount of leeway when you have that much donor hair or donor follicles to actually utilize. You can make up a significant amount of ground, to the point that once you've fully recovered, and if you're, you know, using the hair loss meds and shit, you can look like fully recovered and like baseline, like literally beyond not just presentable, but actually excellent looking. So to me, this is very promising, and even something I might be considering in the future years here. Like, I often defer to this crazy transplant as like, this is like the pinnacle of results, bro. Like, this is absolutely insane. And he looks very, very good now, and I don't think anyone would argue that even as a 30-year-old now, he looks better than he did here as like, what, a 24, 23-year-old or something like that. So anyways, if hair is important to you, obviously this is not a video intended for the guys who just don't give a fuck. If it matters to you, then it matters. You only have one life here, and if you want to be more confident in yourself, and this is a way to go about it, I think it is highly worth pursuing. Let's see some of the comments here. Don't blame him, especially in your 20s. That can kill your confidence. He looks better anyway. Hair loss is a thing that happens. He decided to go the means of fixing it instead of looking bald. So what? Why do people have to be so cruel and mean about everything? Damn. Eminem, if you're reading this, I hope you're taking notes on this for the response track. Yeah, I don't even think Eminem mentioned anything about the hair transplant in his diss track, which was interesting, unless I'm forgetting something. Final bald. Y'all tripping. If I had money, I'd get hair transplant too. LOL. What did y'all want him to do? Have a bald head? Have a bald head? LOL. So yeah, obviously everyone has their own importance they place on things. And for Machine Gun Kelly, even as a star in the limelight, he felt like blatantly exposing himself as a guy who gives a shit about, like vanity stuff, and getting a transplant was worth doing to actually, rectify what was making him insecure. So good on him for, following through with it and doing what makes him, feel good and securing himself again. So anyways, this is a great example, in my opinion, of like the pinnacle of recovery. So anyways, take from that what you will. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, check out my blog, moreplates.com. Follow me on Instagram, @moreplates.dates, Facebook, Snapchat, BitChute, Twitter, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. If you want to support the channel, you can check out anything I'm associated with in the video description below, including my TRT clinic. It's all telemedicine from the comfort of your own home. You can get pharma-grade hair loss medications through our clinic, as well as lab work and diagnostics to assess your personal hormone status, health status, etc. And anything else I'm associated with, it's all in the video description below. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.